Perfect, guys. Welcome. Wow. So I think we are live on YouTube. Yes, perfect. We are live on YouTube. In fact, everything is well. So let me quickly share my screen over here and let me share it. Okay, guys. So, let me all. Perfect. So, welcome, my friends. Welcome to Saudi Arabia Meetup Group. Yeah. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to Saudi Arabia Microsoft Excel and Power Platform Meetup Group. It's one place in finite solution where we connect, share, and learn together. And we learn about Excel. We learn about Microsoft technology. I'm Faraz. I'm a Microsoft MVP. Most of you know me. I'm a founder of ExcelExciting.com, and I run a meetup group which is Saudi Arabia Microsoft Excel and Power Platform. And I'm a Microsoft Innovative Educator and MCD YouTuber blogger. And my mission is always with my friends to bring you up with an easy solution and which can really make your life easier. And my passion is to share the knowledge and equally gain the knowledge on office applications and with my friends and the community over here. So you might have seen some of our past meetups which has taken place, and you can always feel free to go to youtube.com/excelexciting, and you can always find those meetups, past meetups over there. So today we have a very special guest. She's joining us from Azerbaijan, and she is on the hot seat in Azerbaijan, and her name is Nuran. And Nuran, I know her quite long time, and we have been always communicating on forums and sometime on chats regarding Excel. And mashallah, she really have a good knowledge about Excel and Power BI as well. So I asked Nuran that Nuran, please, if you can get some time for us and be available over here. So she said yes for the meetup, and it's my pleasure to welcome her. Nuran, please, the stage is yours, and you can just quickly introduce about yourself and show us something, what you have amazing today stuff for us in Power BI in 90 minutes.
Yes, of course, Faraz. Again, I'm very excited and I'm very grateful to you for this great event, for the invitation and participation. This is my first time. I hope that it won't be last time. So I know Faraz, and he's doing so much, a lot of work for the communication, for the community, for the development of even in. So I needed advice in some in some. Let's say Excel related issues, and he was very always open and willing to help us. So once again, thank you, Faraz. So much appreciated. And can I share my screen or?
Sure. You can share your screen, please.
Okay. I'm sharing the whole screen, and I would like to give a brief information about what we are going to speak today. The topic I chose is the very like introduction to Power BI, and I just wanted to cover a Power BI dashboard, an easy and a nice dashboard within 90 minutes. And the main topic about marketing dashboard, so data from digital marketing. So I think it would be interesting for all of you. A bit information about myself. So my name is Nurana. I'm my Microsoft certified trainer, Excel instructor, and data analyst. So I got my MOS Master degree. Then I'm a founder of a online consultancy center called ExceLand, and we're mostly just running YouTube channel and posting some videos, useful videos, and VBA solutions, Excel related issues, and kind of trainings, corporate trainings, individual training, and so on. And I'm officially employed at one of the one of the biggest companies in the hospitality field in Azerbaijan, Afsharon Hotel Group, and as a group ERP and financial reporting manager. That's all about me. And this is the ExceLand where you can reach our social web pages from the website, YouTube channel, and etc. So it's kind of a sample marketing dashboard, and you can create this dashboard yourselves, of course, with the help of Excel. Excel has a lot of opportunities, and with the help of Power BI, of course. So Power BI is more advanced application for this kind of dashboards. And what we will cover today, some of the main issues is to download Power BI, how to check your Power BI version, how to get data, what is Power BI fields and visualization pane, then drilling Power BI, the notion of hierarchies and hierarchy, then get filtering and slicers, and the calculated column, what is calculated column and what is calculated measure and difference between them, and the conditional formatting in Power BI, and finally at the end, how to style your dashboards in a good manner, in a good style. So these are the main topics I'd like to bring into attention. And let me just begin from the Power BI download, how to do that from any, let me say, browser. So you can just Power BI download as a search and just go to Microsoft.com website and download this application onto your laptop, so onto your device. So let me show you. So this is the shortcut for the application Power BI desktop. I'm clicking on that. I want to open this. Okay. So it's just open the window, Power BI window. On the right pane, you can see some news about the application, about the what is going on in Power BI community. And on the left side, you can see they recently opened your project. The .pipix, the extension, file extension for Power BI. And how to get the blank, how to get the data from here. So is to click on Get Data button here. And it will open the Power BI, the main project file here. Power BI supports all kinds of, so very different kinds of sources of data, like Excel, like text, CSV file, and from PDF, you can take data from Oracle SQL database and etc., from XML files, Microsoft 365 Dynamics, and etc. So there are a lot of sources from here, and we will go on with Excel because my data file in Excel, I press on Connect button here, and here you can see data file, press on Open, and it gives me the file itself. So I go with data. You can see the preview of my data, what's inside it. So you can see some columns, column headers, so some information here. By pressing load, it directly so downloads your data into Power BI project. But if you press on transform data, it edits your data file. Let me transform data because, as you can see, there are some changes, edit works we should do. Just go with transform, and it's opening actually Power Query. So window. Let's remove these rows because they are not my data actually. So I go with here on the left side, I select remove top rows, and number of rows is 2. There are 2 rows. press OK, and here we can see our, let me press X. Okay, actually one row. Let's one row, okay. And let's promote the first row as a column headers here. And I press again this window and use first row as headers. Okay, I have already clean data. I can go with close and apply button here, close and apply. And it applies some changes into the query. Okay, so this is actually Power BI window where we will work on the dashboard. So if you want to know your Power BI version, if you want to see it, you can go with help pane here and press on about, and you will see your the program version here. So mine is for 2020 March, so this version, okay? This is closed. On the right pane, you can see fields. So fields actually the column headers from your data file. So here you can see that we have some ad groups, we have some campaigns, then date column, then gender, etc., impressions, clicks, and etc. Yeah, okay. This symbol actually indicates that my column contains values, actually figures. This calendar symbol indicates that this is date column, okay? These fields. And then next to fields pane, you can see some visuals, visualization pane, where you can see lots of different visual visualization. On the left pane, there are two options, two windows actually. The first one is report itself. We will see the Power BI report dashboard, so created here. On the second window here, if we press on that, this is data. Actually, it shows you your data file. And the third window is model. So if we have two or more files, data files here, we should see some interactions between these models and etc. Let's go back to our report page here and let's do some very simple visualization. So how can we add? Example, I take my campaign. I go here, I take campaign. So it's generating actually default visual for me. So the default visual is simple table in Power BI. Okay, so I can go with, so this is my campaigns. I can go with cost, press on that, and you can see the cost by campaign here. So I'm just going to collapse this filter pane, okay, in order to have more space here. So this is campaign and cost by campaign. By selecting this table, we can change our visual. So let me just, can see here, example, this column chart, cluster column chart, bar chart, etc. Let me go with bar chart, okay? So this is very simple bar chart here. We can format it as we want. So under the visual and visualization pane, depending on the visual you select, you can go with format section and see different formatting commands here. So example, so this is my y-axis and x-axis here and here. So we have data colors. We can just expand it and let me change the default color for data colors to make it more dark purple. Okay, then we can turn on data labels for these. These are my data labels here. So if we expand data labels, you can change its color as well. You can display units in thousands, millions, billions, and etc. So you can change these values as well. You can just position it as you want, so it's outside end, but we can just change it, example, inside end here or kind of thing, and you can just increase text size and so on. So these are the main formatting issues you can do in Power BI very easily. I want to copy this visual. I just select this, press Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V, and it duplicates this visual for me. And now here I want to see the cost by, not by campaign, but by date. We go to date here, drag and drop it into axis next to campaign. And now here we can just X out campaign field in order to just have only year, only date here. And let us switch this visual from bar chart into column chart. Okay, I go with column chart here. What I would like to bring into your attention as a bit information about drilling. What is drilling in Power BI? You see, there are two different years, 2020 and 2021, 2 years. And I want to drill into quarters and months and days even. So how can we do that? By selecting the visual, we go to data drill on this one, on the pane here, and we press on drill down button here. So as soon as I press on this, you can see that it's blacked out. So this part, and when I go one level in the hierarchy, it shows me data in quarters, but it's kind of combined quarters. So the first quarter actually for the both years, not the separate one. So we go level up. Okay, in order to have separate quarters and separate months for both of the years, the better version is to press on here, expand all down one level here. And we can see the first quarter for 2020 years, first quarter, second quarter, and etc. So this is how drill down works in Power BI. Again, if I press it one more time, it expands not by quarter, but by month as well. So here we can see, even by pressing again it, so I can even see day hierarchy as well, okay? To go level up, just press this one, drill up, and again here. So we keep it as it is, cost by year and by quarter, okay? So this is drilling down. Let me just change data colors for this visual in order not to have the same. I go with format here. I press on data colors and change the color here to blue. Okay, and let's make it a bit smaller. This one, this kind of. Okay. And the next topic I would like to cover is hierarchies and how to create custom hierarchies in Power BI. Let's say I want to see campaigns were covered by device, covered by campaigns, and then ad groups. Okay, 3 structure, so underneath each other. So this is called hierarchy. To do this, we go to our fields pane. We go to device here, press on 3 dots here, and you can see add to hierarchy. Or we can right-click our mouse and just go with new hierarchy. Okay, we're creating new hierarchy. So under here, you can see device hierarchy. I want to add campaign to this hierarchy. Let's just drag and put it here. This again, here. Let's see, device hierarchy. Again. Okay, let's go. delete it and create one more time. Let's create hierarchy for the campaign. I go with campaign, right click on that, campaign here, click and delete it. Okay. We have device, we have campaign. Okay, right click mouse, new hierarchy. We have campaign hierarchy, and I want to go with add group and put under it. Let's say okay. Now I have new hierarchy consisting of campaign and add groups. And I want to create a visual from it. I just go with campaign, and this is my campaign with add groups. Okay, let's just add cost as well, or impressions. Let's say impressions here. Okay, so this is just a table. Let's create a matrix. In order to create a matrix from it, the best way is to switch from simple table to pivot table. So I go with pivot table. So next to table visual here. So this is my pivot table. And if I drill down, we can see, let's see here, campaign by add groups. And here are the number of impressions. Okay, this is how custom hierarchies work. And this is the impressions. To switch impressions, just let's remove impressions and put our cost here. Okay, we have cost. By default, all kind of values here, just adding up and take sum of all the values. To change the default sum function, you can go with values here. On the column header cost, you press on this, and you can see that default 11 functions, just like in Excel, or just like in pivot table. We can take average, or we can take maximum, all right? Let's do average. So this is the average cost by campaign. So this is my average cost. And how can I see the number of ad groups within each campaign? In order to have it, I will add the ad group as a values to the values field here. But as soon as I add my ad group into values field, it takes first ad group, but I don't need this. I expand this command again and take not first, not last, but count. The count gives me the total number of, like this, let's say, ad group, okay? And this is the count of ad groups. So if I just drill up, it shows me that the first campaign's average cost is 133, and there are 144 ad groups, and etc. This is kind of statistical, so information created by created with the help of Power BI, and it's very dynamic. But how to set slicers, how to just create slicers here. There are a visual called slicer here. Let's create blank slicer. Press on this, and you can see blank slicer. Let's create slicer for device here. So I go with device. I just drag it into the data field here, and I have device. Let's go to format here. Okay, you can see lots of different comments in the format section of the slicers. You can just switch on or off title. You can go with background, change the background color. Examples, set to orange or just white. Okay, set the transparency. You can go with borders, visual headers, and etc. And even set some colors, transparency again for each visuals. The Okay, the items in the device, in the slicer, is shown as list. But by pressing this button on the right side of the slicer, so it gives you an option to switch from list to drop down. So you can just see your filters by choosing from the list, from the drop down list, or see as a list itself. So I will go with the list. And here, just one thing, let's see, I take some general, I go with orientation and will change it to not from vertical to horizontal. So this is the horizontal slicer, looks more better here. And when I click on mobile, you see all my three visuals has changed. So this is dynamic or desktop, all of them as impacted as well. Okay, to remove slicer, to deselect all, just press this button, clear selection. This is the okay. I think we can go on now to build our dashboard. So because these were the main basic introduction into Power BI and how we can just create dashboard in one window. Firstly, I would like to introduce you what is calculated column and calculated measure. Let me open a new window in Power BI. So I just press plus button here and create new page. It's just like an Excel, press plus button and it opens a blank page. From modeling menu, you go with new column, right? You press on new column. And here you can type your formula. Let's say we want to see total sales. And I calculate total sales with conversions here by multiplying conversions to sale amount. I change the column here, name to total sales. And here I type conversions. When I type conversion, it gives me my date, my conversion column. It says that this is located in data file and as conversion column. I press on that and multiply it to sale amount. Again, when I type, while I type, so it gives me any hint. Okay, this is my total sales, new column. I press on OK, submit. And you can see on the fields pane that total sales column appeared here. Okay. Now I want to create a new measure. Again, I go with modeling. I press new measure. So new column just creates a new column where it just multiplies every time in each cell. Example, conversion to multiplies to sale amount. But new measure just gives us a function and it uses the same functions as in Excel. Here in new measure, when I click on that, it goes again to the formula bar. I want to see my profit. What is the profit? And here I want to get the sum of all total sales and deduct all the sum of all cost, total cost from here and get the profit. That's why I typed the sum function. Here, the sum function. I open it and it gives me the column headers of my data file. I take total sales, close the parentheses, and deduct the sum of, again, sum total sales, total cost here. Okay, and press on submit button. This is the profit, and this is the new measure. Okay, the profit has already appeared here. And next to them, example, you see, next to profit, you see the measure symbol. Next to total sales, you see a different symbol, okay, which just distinguishes them. Okay, I can go with my new visuals. The main thing is to create total sales by year and quarter and by campaign. To do this, I press my needed column headers from here. I go with, let's say, date. Okay, this is date. I go with total sales, okay, and campaign. Just press this one and then press campaign. Okay, it can look like very not so good, and I go with line chart. Just press on line chart. Okay, here is mine. And now let's go with drill down and get, okay, these are my years. Total sales by year, quarter, month, and by campaign. Okay, let's activate data labels. Go to format. Just switch on data labels here. Okay, these are my data labels. We can just go as it is. We can switch off in order to get clean visual. I think this is enough for us. All right. Okay, just make it a bit smaller here. This is my first visual. The second visual will be profit by year and quarter. Again, I go with date, press on date here. This is a new visual here, and this time I go profit. And I want to see not only years by quarter as well. So go with this is the quarter. Okay. In some cases, in all the cases, most of the cases, it was not profitable. It was in loss. Okay. And how can we distinguish this? All right. First of all, let's do some styling. I go with format again. I put data labels on. Okay, here. Then if we have data labels, we don't need that y-axis. That's why I switch it off. Okay, in order to have more space. And then I don't want to see, let's say, x-axis title. That's why I go with x-axis and titles off. Okay, we don't want to see these. All right, and the same for y-axis. I go with y-axis, I go with title, and switch it off. We don't want to see that profit because already the title hints at that this profit by year and quarter. All right, what about data labels? So let's go to data labels, not data labels. All right, this is my data labels background. We have here. You can change the data label color. You can change its orientation. Okay. And here we have data color. Let's change it a bit. Let's make it this one. Okay. And this is my profit by year. Okay. Let's make it a bit smaller. All right. Okay. And now the third dashboard is just pivot table, simple pivot table. And it will be, let's say, it will be campaign. And we will take our hierarchy created before. Let's take this campaign hierarchy, which consists of campaign and ad groups. So I take this here, and I take my total sales into the values here. And I want to see not the sum of sales by each campaign and ad group, but maximum totals and maximum sales. First, we need to switch it to pivot table. So by selecting this table, I go with pivot table matrix. Okay. And here on the values total sales, I just change it to maximum. So here is the maximum sales by campaign. If we just drill down, so we can see campaign, ad groups, and maximum sales. Now I want to see profit here. I go to profit and just drag it into the values field again. This time this is the profit, and I want to see not the sum of profit. Okay, let's leave it as it is. But here in the profit, okay, this is my profit. Okay, so I highlighted the pivot table, selected it. I go to format. This is my pivot table. And we have conditional formatting here. Okay, by expanding it, we can just select our value fields, which value field we want to format. This time I want to format profit, and I will use which kind of conditional formatting rules I want to use. Let's see, we want to see icons next to each profit amount. Here I have put icons from off to on. And here we can see our visuals with the help of conditional formatting. Okay, this is my third dashboard. Let me just drill this up in order to keep only campaigns and make it a bit smaller. Okay, this is my visual. This is the third one. And here we will have slicers. Slicers for just first slicer will be device. Okay, and I will make it horizontal, not vertical. Okay. This one, etc. And just this is my visual background color, change it to this. Let's keep items. The font color will be, I don't need font color, I need this one, example. And font color as white. Okay. And to make it a bit bigger, all right, this is device, and let's take this and remove titles. We don't want to see title device. Okay, title on or off. Okay. This is my first then a slicer, and I want to see the second slicer for date. When I create a new slicer for the date, it will give me, here I choose date, it will give me a bit different view. This is just like in Excel and reminds us on timeline. And here, when we expand this button, we can see some options related to dates. This between means 2 days, start date and end date. Before, it just takes end date, and after it just takes the start date and etc. Okay, these kind of options we have. We have a relative date where you can select within 2 weeks, within 5 years, and etc. These are the relative dates. I will go on with between and just keep it as it is. I have all the kind of dashboard needed for the marketing part. And the last thing we would like to see is to add cards. What is card? So just let me put all these dashboards here, just a bit to the center. Here we have these. Okay, then I have this here, and I select this one again to below. My slicer and here. Okay, go down a bit here and open a space for the cards. Okay, I think this is enough. All right. This is the card, multi-row card and KPI card. Okay, let's see. Let's take just simple card. Okay, yes, all the file will be shared, and Power BI project will be shared as well. So this is the card. So what I want to see in the card, I want to see, of course, some financial data, because for the boss, for the manager, it will be interesting to see what is profit, what is total sales, what is this spent, the amount of costs, and etc. So that's why I just create card for the profit and profit here. So actually, it's not the profit. It's loss. And the second card will be created for total sales. I just copy these cards, press Ctrl+C and then Ctrl+V here. This is the second part. And here I just remove profit part and add total sales into the data fields here. Okay, this is my third card. And for the third one, all right, I copy it again, and I have this total sales. I copy it and paste. I have the third one for my cost. For it. Okay. Okay. These are three main cards, and of course we can just select three of them and format together in order not to just take our time. We can change the background again, just make it a bit this one, or just transparency, just adjust transparency here. All right, we can switch on borders for this and set border color. Okay, kind of this, and etc. So any kind of visualization you want to see, you can do by styling your dashboard. All right, so I have already gathered the needed information into the here. So the colors may be a bit strange, but it's up to you how you want to customize your report. I select everything, all the dashboard, by going with Control-A button, okay, and I make it a bit smaller here, and I just put them into the center. All right, okay, let's make it a bit smaller, and this one as well, and this one as well. Okay. Here, and just go with slicers, take this and take this slicer and make it a bit smaller as well. All right. No, the slicer controls all the charts. Okay, so it applies to all the charts, not just one. Once I have combined this, okay, so I will do some tricks to beautify my dashboard. How to do this? We will click on the white part here and on the white space here and go with format. If we press on the white part, so not the dashboard itself, and click on format, it will format my page. So here you can see the page information. You can just rename your page. Then you can just control your page size, page background, you have wallpaper option, and this is exactly what I wanted to do. I want to add wallpaper behind my dashboard. So I go with wallpaper and I press on add image. Let's take one of the images here. Let's take that beautiful picture of Baku. I will so go with this. Let's open. And it will give me a picture. It will put a picture so behind that dashboard. Okay, this is the first thing I would like to do. The second thing is just to keep it in the frame. Okay, to put all these visuals into one frame. And in order to do this, we can go to insert pane and insert a new shape. Let's go with rectangle. So I press on that, so just increase the size of the rectangle, okay? And we will go with format and send it to back. Okay, here actually you have embraced all the visuals into the frame. So this one, okay. This is the kind of trick. Okay, by pressing the text box, I can go with format shape pane. This one. And let us change the color. Fill color, and make it, not this one, maybe. Okay. Okay. And to give it even more sophisticated view, like kind of 3D effect, we can go again to insert, or we can copy this text box by pressing Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V and make it a bit smaller. Okay. And fill it with, example, black color. And just let's send it to back again. Okay, here we have 3D effect. So my report is inside this one. Okay, this is my, and at last I can add some title. Let's Control-A, everything, and go down a bit in order to have space for the title. Again, I insert rectangle shapes and rectangle, take it, and let's type marketing. Let's type here. Oh, sorry, it's not shape, but text box. Okay. This is marketing dashboard in not even 90 minutes, but in an hour. And let's make it. Just take it. Okay, make it bigger. Let's change the size. Okay. This kind of, and let's give it a background color. Background color will be okay. This is my marketing dashboard. It's very simple report actually, and even we can add company logo, company information, and some other visuals in your report as well. So this is how very simple. So dashboards are created, and it's very dynamic. Whenever you press on any slicer, any control. Let's say we want to see the mobile, so information. So it affects all the visuals here, or I can see by date or other. So it affects all my controls on all my charts here. Okay. So this is all actually I would like to bring into your attention, and you can save your Power BI project, okay, and name it. So this is what I wanted to say. Okay, okay. Yes, Faraz, thank you. Thank you, Rachel.
It lovely, you know, within 90 it was in fact less than 90 minutes, and you made a very beautiful dashboard, really impressive one
Thank you,
for the
Faraz.
marketing. And
I see some Power BI experts, professionals here, so it can seem like very simple and easy project, but I think that was the main target. I would like to say that. So even in an hour, you can just create this type of report.
I would say it was less than an hour. You know, it was really lovely. You have really appealing colors, and you have really showed it up what you have to show to that audience when they're looking at the report. So that is really lovely, Nurana. So
Thank you.
so I will just quickly just check if we have any questions or anything in the chat. And then let me just quickly look on Power BI. And okay, so there is a question in WhatsApp chat where they're asking that can you connect? It's in conditional formatting. Like if you have to change the icon,
Yes.
can you use some different? Is it possible?
It is possible. Actually, when I go with conditional formatting and press on icons, there are a field there called advanced control. So by pressing advanced, you can select some different kinds of controls icons there.
Cool.
And difference between column and measure is that the column populates all the cells within the data file. Okay, but measure just gives you a function result. So it can be just the result in one number or in one example text and etc. So, but new column, as the name suggests, is just populating all the cells within the data file. That's why that's the main difference between new column and new measure. So we can just actually take the new measure as a function, the new result. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Let's see over here if we have something more to add. Okay. Okay. So by the way, Nurana, she also have a YouTube channel called ExceLand. So if you would like to definitely visit her channel, I have put the link in the video description, and as soon as Nurana, she'll provide me the files, I'm going to upload it. So it's the end of the session, and Nurana, usually when we end the session, I would just request the speaker, you know, to give any last words, whatever you'd like to say, any quotes or anything. And then we end up the session from YouTube Live, but we'll be still back on Zoom. So any last words for the YouTube audience before we sign out from YouTube and for everybody? Anything. A famous quote in Azerbaijan and anything.
Anything. All right. So I'm mostly specialized in Excel. And it's already several months that I'm starting to just go with Power BI. And I was I fell in love with Power BI because it's so dynamic. It's so nice, beautiful application, really, just for visualization. But of course, Excel is still my favorite. So I hope, and I want to just I want to take an initiative, say that would like to participate in the next meetups with the Excel related topics. Okay. Again, thank you for this opportunity, dear Faraz, and for all the comers, for all the participants. I would like to give my gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Nurana. Thank you. And you're getting lovely comments in the chat, and you can check that out. So, my friends, we are signing out from the YouTube, but we will be still back on the Zoom. And I hope to see you in the next meetup, which will be held somewhere in December. I'm trying to get a little bit early, make sure that we celebrate the Christmas together. This is my plan and New Year. And so let's see you in the next meetup. Take care and bye from the YouTube.
Bye.